Mr. Chairman, the question is, are you standing by your statement that you are just a block timer? ABS-CBN is only a block timer at AMCARA Broadcasting?
For Channel 43 po, yes.
Channel 43. Does ABS-CBN own any shares in AMCARA Broadcasting?
As of today, we don't own any shares in AMCARA.
You do not own any shares?
No more po.
You only deal with AMCARA Broadcasting for block time purposes?
To the best of my knowledge, I think that's all we do with AMCARA po, with block time.
But your block time is for 1 year. Mula
Yes.
24 hours a day, for 1 year, may block time arrangement kayo with AMCARA?
That's right po.
Mr. Chairman, well, under the franchise of AMCARA, Republic Act, ano ba to? 8135. Are you familiar with Republic Act 8135?
Yes, Your Honor.
Meron ho ritong in Section 11, it reads, the grantee shall not lease, transfer, grant the use of frac off, sell, nor assign this franchise or rights and privileges acquired thereunder to any person, firm, company, corporation, or other commercial or legal entity, nor shall the controlling interest in the grantee be transferred to any such private person, firm, company, corporation, or entity without prior approval of Congress of the Philippines. Any person or entity to which this franchise is sold, transferred, or assigned shall be subject to all the same conditions, terms, restrictions, and limitations of this Act. Again, Mr. Katigbak, are you maintaining that it's a totally arm's length deal you have with AMCARA Broadcasting Network?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Chairman, if I may call your attention to the independent auditor's report of SGV. When it came to the certification, Statement of Management Responsibility for Financial Statements, the signatories in the SGV report were Eugenio Lopez III, or Gabi Lopez, Federico M. Garcia, or Freddy, and Aldrin Serrado, signed 22nd of February 2017. Again, are you maintaining that you have no other, ABS-CBN has no other relationship with AMCARA Broadcasting Network?
Mr. Chair, we've sold our interest in AMCARA sometime in 2019. So for the last almost 2 years, we have not had an interest in AMCARA.
And how much did you sell your interest to AMCARA?
I'm not familiar with the...
Who purchased AMCARA Broadcasting?
The stake that ABS used to have was sold back to the original owners.
They were sold back to the original owners.
Yes po.
And now Attorney Parungaw and Attorney Veloso are the ones standing in for the owners. Am I correct, Mr. Attorney Poblador?
Yes, Your Honor, that's right.
So, you admit now that it was once owned again by ABS-CBN?
At one point, if I remember correctly, ABS had a 49% stake in AMCARA po.
Did you ever ask for the permission of Congress regarding your involvement with another franchise?
The way I understand it, Mr. Chair, the permission of Congress is needed if controlling interest is secured.
Or if the actual activity of the franchise itself amounts to use of frac has been done.
But we maintain, Mr. Chair, that this is not a use of RAC.
So a block time for 1 year with no other programming but the programming of ABS-CBN is just a block time. It is not use of frac.
That's right, Mr. Chair.
Attorney Poblador, would you subscribe to the same opinion?
Your Honor, that's not considered use of frac because use of frac has a set definition in our civil code. Use of frac is when you enjoy property and your only obligation is to preserve it. In the case of block time, you buy the airtime. And I believe that in the provisional authority, it's stated here that the block time is airtime of 21 hours per day, so it's not 24 hours.
21 hours per day. 21 hours per day.
Yes, 21 hours a day.
Which means all the useful broadcast time of AMCARA is being utilized by ABS-CBN.
On a block time basis, Your Honor.
Well, that's what you say. It's a block time basis. Again, I'd like to call your attention to this because in the BAR tax payments of AMCARA Broadcasting, the address of AMCARA Broadcasting is ABS-CBN compound, Mother Ignacia. Are you still maintaining that ABS-CBN has no involvement with AMCARA?
Ask that Attorney Maxim be recognized.
Sino yan? Sino yan? Attorney?
Attorney Maxim Uy be recognized.
Okay, sige. Are you gonna answer the question, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, hindi pa po siya na susumpaan lang po.
Can you please administer the oath, Madam Secretary?
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth before this joint congressional hearing? So help you God.
I do.
Thank you.
Bale, is there any lawyer here who is also a lawyer of AMCARA? Attorney Poblador, Attorney Uy, are you a lawyer of AMCARA?
I'm not a lawyer.
You're not a lawyer of only ABS-CBN kayo?
That's right, Your Honor.
Oh, kayo ho.
I'm with ABS-CBN, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, what do you have to answer to? You have any answer to the question earlier?
Mr. Chairman, may I request the question be
Attorney
repeated?
Poblador told you to answer the question, so I suppose you know what the question was.
ABS-CBN has no stake in AMCARA. The address that was indicated or read identifying the office address of AMCARA is likely from a document that was during the time when ABS-CBN had a 49% stake in AMCARA. But presently, ABS-CBN no longer has any shareholdings in AMCARA, as was stated earlier.
So in other words, you admit now that you had 49%, you owned 49% of AMCARA. For how long? From what time to what time? Would you please answer this question? Kailan nyo hinawakan ng yung AMCARA?
The ABS-CBN stake was acquired in 1996, Mr. Chairman, and was divested in January 2019.
So for a total of 23 years, ABS-CBN owned AMCARA. 49% of AMCARA Broadcasting.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
And until now, may block time arrangement pa rin kayo sa AMCARA Broadcasting, which has Channel 43. The frequency Channel 43 is being utilized by AMCARA. Am I correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Which was lent by NTC to TV Plus to be able to broadcast the digital broadcast under TV Plus. Am I correct?
Channel 43 was assigned to ABS-CBN on a temporary basis during the time when no UHF frequency had yet been assigned to ABS-CBN. However, when Channel 16 was assigned to ABS-CBN in the year 2018, Channel 43 reverted back to AMCARA, Mr. Chairman.
So you don't hold Channel 43 anymore? AMCARA does not hold Channel 43 anymore?
It does, Mr. Chairman.
It still does?
It does, Mr. Chairman. In fact, under the provisional authority issued by the NTC to AMCARA in July 2019, it specifically identifies Channel 43 as the frequency to be used AMCARA for its digital television operations.
So anong makukuha natin dito? Para po sa kaalaman ng lahat, ang sabi nyo kanina, ang TV Plus, ang ginagamit nyo ngayon ay block time lang ng AMCARA dahil ang frequency ay Channel 43. Tama ba yon? Pero ang nagbenta ng TV Plus ay ang ABS-CBN. Kayo po ang nagbenta ng TV Plus sa mamamayang Pilipino. Tama ho yun?
Set-top box po. Tama po.
Set-top box, no?
Tama po.
In TV Plus. Magkano ho ang benta nyo sa TV Plus?
Sa ngayon po, it's, if I'm not mistaken, 1499, I think.
1499. Dati ho, 2,000. 1999 dati yan, di ba?
2499 yata nung nag-umpisa po.
Meron pang 2,500 pa nang simula, di ba?
249, yes po, 2499.
Ilang set ang nabenta ng ABS-CBN?
Nasa 9 million po.
9 million sets. Which means nakabenta kayo ng 18 billion worth.
Iba-ibang presyo po yan, but I guess kung yung tanong po, kumita ba kami sa pagbenta ng set na box? Hindi po kami kumita. We sold those boxes at cost po.
At cost. Wala bang BIR incidents to? Di-report nyo ba sa BIR to? Yung pagbebenta nyo ng set-up box?
Sa BIR. I'm not sure, Mr. Chair, what taxes you refer to, but definitely I think kung sales tax and value-added tax.
VAT.
Sorry, VAT. Opo. VAT.
Nag-report kayo ng VAT dito?
Yes po.
So for 13 billion pesos, nagbayad kayo ng VAT for around 13 to 15 billion pesos. Yung equivalent VAT ang binayaran nyo dyan.
Yeah, I cannot attest to the 13 billion po. I don't have the exact number, but whatever the actual number is, we paid VAT on that, Mr. Chair.
O sige, checkin natin sa BIR yan. No? Kaya ngayon, ang pinag-uusapan po rito, yung relationship nyo sa AMCARA, doon ho ko papunta. No? Ang sabi kanina, kaya kayo nakakapag-broadcast ay naka-black time kayo sa AMCARA. Na kayo rin ang may-ari ng kalahati, halos kalahati, nung araw. Tama ba yon?
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, I didn't understand the question.
Kayo rin ang may-ari ng 49% na AMCARA Broadcasting for a long time. For 23 years, kayo ang may-ari ng AMCARA Broadcasting.
ABS-CBN used to own, yes, Mr. Chairman, 49% of the shareholders.
49%. Tapos, kayo ang gumagamit ng frequency ng AMCARA the whole time.
On a block time arrangement, Mr. Chairman, yes.
Eh, ang claim nyo, black time. Pero actually, use of frac ang nakikita namin, hindi sa legal term. Pero sabihin natin, kayo na ang gumagamit ng pasilidad na AMCARA.
No, Mr. Chairman. ABS-CBN merely bought the airtime from AMCARA. As was stated earlier, the purchase of airtime from a broadcaster is a standard
Ayun ang
commercial
palusot nyo.
activity.
Ayun ang palusot nyo. Purchase of airtime. Pero actually, gumagamit kayo ng ibang prangkisa at ang nakikinabang sa prangkisang yon ay ABS-CBN dito ho sa AMCARA Broadcasting Corporation.
No, Mr. Chairman. ABS-CBN merely buys the airtime from AMCARA. And it's
Sinasabi nyo sa akin, Attorney Uy, hindi kayo nakinabang kahit kailan sa facility na AMCARA Broadcasting.
No, Mr. Chairman.
O sige, ang susunod na tanong dyan, siyempre, Mr. Chairman can ask for suspension. 1 minute, Mr. Chairman.
Hearing suspended. Hearing resumed. Sa kaalaman po ng lahat, bago po magtanong si Senior Vice Chairman Boying Remulla, ay nirebyasa po namin yung franchise ng AMCARA at mukha pong mag-i-expire na rin ang kanilang prangkisa by July 11 nitong taon na ito. Ituloy niyo po, Congressman Remulla.
Kaya ang tanong po rito, binenta nyo yung shares nyo pabalik sa may-ari dati o sino ang may-ari dati? Kanino nyo binenta yung shares nyo?
The shares were sold to Mr. Rodrigo Carandang. He was the son of the former owner of the shares of stock in AMCARA.
Okay,
Mr. Chairman.
so taxes were paid on this transaction? Taxes were paid on this transaction?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
So how much did you sell the shares for?
Mr. Chairman, the transaction was a private transaction, and I'd like to request that we not discuss the details of the transaction in public. However,
You're asking for a franchise here. You don't want to answer the question. It's very relevant to your franchise application.
ABS-CBN, pakisagot po ang mga katanungan ni Congressman Remulla.
The shares of stock were sold for consideration of 40 million pesos, Mr. Chairman.
40 million pesos. So nagbayad kayo ng tax para doon.
Taxes, all the taxes that were due were paid, Mr. Chairman.
And who is Attorney Anthony Parungaw to ABS-CBN?
Anthony Porongao is not connected with ABS-CBN.
He is an officer of AMCARA.
I do not know, Mr.
He
Chairman.
is the partner of your internal counsel, Attorney Mario Santos.
Attorney Mario Santos was formerly connected with ABS-CBN, Mr. Chairman, and Mr. Parungao is as I know, a partner in the law office of Mr. Santos.
So, for all intents and purposes, they can be dummies of ABS-CBN. Am I reading this right?
They are not dummies of ABS-CBN, Mr. Chairman.
They work for AMCARA. Attorney Veloso and Attorney Parungaw work for AMCARA.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. So you are denying that there's any other relationship with AMCARA except that you owned it, 49% of it for 23 years.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
And you did not ask Congress, or you did not notify Congress of this special relationship.
No, Mr. Chairman, as was stated earlier, the requirement under the franchise of AMCARA to inform Congress and secure approval is if the controlling interest is transferred.
And until now, the office address of AMCARA is still ABS-CBN compound.
No, Mr. Chairman.
So when was this terminated? 2019?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Well, Mr. Chairman, I think that we have arrived at something important here, that one of the practices of ABS-CBN is to utilize another franchise owned by another group of people, and in utilizing the said franchise, legal arrangements were made to layer the transaction. But obviously, ABS-CBN had control over AMCARA, even with regards to the manner by which contracts are drawn up for the said block time of AMCARA broadcasting. This is only to prove the point, Mr. Chairman, that the bad faith of ABS-CBN permeates this room right now. They did not truthfully answer the questions of this representation. Hindi ho sila nagsabi ng totoo. Sila po ay nagsinungaling na ang AMCARA ay hindi nila naging pag-aari at ito ay hindi na sila ang may-ari ngayon, ngunit sila pa rin ang gumagamit. Parang bahay po yan, Mr. Chairman. Doon sila nakatira sa bahay na yon, yun ang address na yun ang binibigay nila, pero hindi naman sila umuupa, pero andun sila nagbabahay sa bahay na yon. Ano kaya yun, Mr. Chairman? Pare-pareho naman kami abogado rito. Alam po natin, ang gawain po ng mga abogado, pagdating po sa ganito, sila po ang gumagawa ng palusot. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chairman. Yes, Mr. Chairman, clarify ko lang kay Commissioner Cordoba.
Opo.
Walang provisional authority ang AMCARA o meron silang provisional authority to go digital?
Sa Metro Manila, Your Honors, wala pa po.
Sa
So,
ibang
yung pong
bansa, sa
gumagamit
ibang
ng
parte ng
digital.
bansa?
Ano po yun?
Ng provisional authority, can you give us a copy of the provisional authority of AMCARA?
Yes, Your Honors, we'll do that. Yung pong analog po ang meron.
Tapos kanina nabanggit nyo, sister company ng ABS-CBN ng AMCARA. You mentioned that earlier. Why did you
Yes,
say
sir.
that?
Actually, Your Honors, kasi sa sa broadcast industry ay para pong ganun po ang parang accepted po yun.
So common knowledge yon na sister company nila, ang AMCARA. It's common knowledge.
Parang ganun po, Your Honors. At saka po kasi meron po kasing ibang may iba rin po mga broadcaster na sa analog ay nagkaroon sila ng digital din kasi po ay may relationship sila dun sa digital broadcaster na nasa UH.
So in other words, Mr. Chairman, isa na lang, no? Itong AMCARA is known to be, to the industry, to be the sister company of ABS-CBN.
Yes, Your Honor, related companies po sila. As po sa industry po yun.
So in the industry, it's well known, it's a related company, Did you ever wonder bakit hindi kumukuha ng approval sa Congress ang AMCARA? That since ABS-CBN seemed to have taken over for 23 years the operations of AMCARA.
Hindi ko po masagot, Your Honor, kung bakit hindi.
Na, ito na lang. You've been there since 2004? Anong year kayo naging?
2009, Your Honor.
2009.
Opo.
Since 2009 to the present, for the last 11 years, 2009 to 2019, the whole time that AMCARA was under ABS-CBN, you were aware of that?
I think, Your Honor, para pong ganun, dahil bakit naman po papayag si AMCARA na magpagamit ng kanyang channel kung wala silang relationship?
Are you aware, Mr. Cordoba, that ABS-CBN or AMCARA never sought the permission of the House to use the franchise of AMCARA or vice versa?
To buy po? Yung pong pagbili po ba? Or...
Yung paggamit, kasi parang use of frac na parang controlled na nila lumalabas And under Republic Act 8135, Section 11, kinakailangan may permiso sa Kongreso yung paggamit ng ibang prangkisa.
Ibang channel, ibang frequency po. Tama.
Frequency rin, oh.
I'm not aware, Your Honor, if may paalam po sa Kongreso.
So in other words, itong block timing nila sa AMCARA, Channel 43, sa Metro Manila, block time ang binibili nila o frequency yung kanilang binabayaran sa Metro Manila?
Kanina po kasi nabanggit ng KBP representative na kapag block time po, ang nagpapatakbo po ay yun dapat may-ari ng frequency.
Yes.
But in this case po kasi, dahil pinapagamit po sa ABS-CBN, baka po hindi si AMCARA ang nagpapatakbo kung hindi si ABS-CBN mismo bilang pagpapagamit po ng AMCARA sa kanila ng channel na iyon.
That is an accepted setup in the industry. Ito sinasabi nyo. Alam ng tao yan na ang AMCARA, ang franchise niya, pinapagamit niya sa ABS-CBN.
Hindi po franchise, Your Honor. Frequency po.
Yung frequency. But the frequency
yes,
is
Your Honor.
issued because of the franchise, is it not?
Because of the franchise of ABS-CBN and I think because of the relationship, pumayag naman po si AMCARA.
Are you aware na hindi kumukuha ng permiso sa Kongreso ang ABS-CBN or ang AMCARA hindi kumukuha ng permiso sa ABS-CBN sa Kongreso na ang kanilang prangkisa ay gagamitin ng ABS-CBN? Alam niyo ba 'yon?
I'm not sure, Your Honor, but hindi ko mukha pong wala.
So you were not informed that they're just operating the AMCARA on their whims?
Actually, Your Honor, that's part of our order po. Doon po sa Provincial Authority, kasi po pumayag nga po si AMCARA na gamitin yung Channel 43 for their digital television, Your Honor. So para pong hindi po siya block time kasi po ginagamit yung frequency itself na Channel 43.
You're telling us the block time arrangement is just a cover-up. It's probably a cover-up.
Hindi ko po masabi yan, Your Honor. Baka po dapat i-check mo mabuti. Pero kasi po, nandun naman po sa Provincial Authority that we issued that gamitin po ni ABS-CBN yung pong Channel 43. Na
Did AMCARA object to this? When ginamit ng ABS-CBN yung frequency?
Yes, Your Honor. Meron po kaming Provincial Authority and nakalagay po dito yon sa wherefore. Nakalagay po dito, in the interest of public service, the Commission hereby approves the conversion from analog television service to digital terrestrial television broadcasting station of ABS-CBN using Channel 43 in Metro Manila. Ayun. We can submit this to the committee, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.